Welcome to the Mystic Fool. I'm Martin Worth, and this is the Mystic Fool.
Have you noticed some of the weird stuff that's going on? People pulling theories out of left field, tying all sorts of everyday coincidences and making them into some celestial kind of prophecy or something. Yeah. Like the ship that hit that bridge last week. Wow, Saw some very complicated Euclidean mathematics that was trying to tie that into some sort of Nostradamus kind of saga or something or another. And yeah, no offence, people in the USA, but it all seems to happen in the USA. Yeah. I find it interesting. What are people doing? Grappling for meaning, perhaps. Grappling to find meaning. Grappling to make sense of this world when there's an undercurrent that is definitely going on, an undercurrent of spirituality. Yet, for some, I believe they're missing the simple point that spirituality is between you and spirit. And in the long run, spirituality is simply about being happy in this lifetime. Finding a peace within yourself that surpasses understanding, as they say. And you don't find that peace by chasing theories. You don't find that peace by studying all kinds of ancient texts. Sure, I love finding meanings behind things, but seriously, on the spiritual path, the first thing you should probably be doing is acknowledging spirit, your spirit, and saying, hey, let's clean up the swamp. Let's clear up these issues that bug me, the things that upset me, the things that trigger me. Because, you can't drain the swamp while the crocodiles are snapping at your heels. I've said this a couple of times. It's a saying that really resonates with me because it's so true. So, before you go digging for meaning in this, that and the other, which may be intriguing, my advice is to clear the triggers that trigger you. Get rid of the crocodiles. It's like, there's no rush here to any finish line. Maybe your purpose is simply to come to a point of peace within your own life where you feel happy, contented and calm most of the time. Maybe that's the only reason that you're here, to find happiness. As I'm recording this, it is Easter Monday. And of course that's the day when allegedly Jesus Christ rose from the grave, resurrected. Yeah. So what's that all about? It's about overcoming all of the negativity in your life. Going dark for a few days or weeks or months and coming back completely refreshed. I don't want to upset anyone's religiosity here, but did Jesus Christ really rise from the dead, or is it metaphoric? I don't know. What's the point in rising from the dead? Prove a point. Because from my perspective, when you're dead, that's okay. Your soul essence goes back to spirit, becomes a part of the Akashic record, if you want to call it that, and spirit continues on. Why would you need to be resurrected from the grave? I don't know. But it is Easter Monday as I record this. Perhaps the real message in Easter Monday is the joy and the happiness and the peace that came to all of those friends, disciples that Jesus knew, and the rejoicing and happiness. Perhaps it wasn't so much the death of the body, but maybe it was about the death of the ego. And by ego I mean that part of you that stands between you and happiness. Because ego seeks to control. Ego seeks to keep things the same. Ego seeks to make sense of the world. And there's not much that you can make sense of in someone rising from the grave. Celebration, gratefulness, happiness. Metaphorical or literal? I don't know. But it seems to me that Jesus had certainly gotten rid of those crocodiles that were snapping at his feet through some huge trials and tribulations. Perhaps the, taking away of our sins by dying himself, as the story goes, is more about showing that it is possible to overcome even the worst things in life. It's possible to overcome the demons that torment you, and it's possible to rise from that and be born again, renewed, happy, fulfilled. Maybe that's what it's about. Don't know that you have to really, accept Jesus into your life to do that. But I can tell you what, you'd be better off accepting Jesus into your life than accepting some of the New Age bullshit that's been flapping around lately. Yeah. There's some definite spiritual bypassing going on. And I guess that's where I started this little podcast today. So think about it. Well, what a ramble, hey? What am I talking about? Talking about true spirituality. Talking about happiness. Talking about bliss. And if you've got to be nailed to a cross to get there, well, get nailed to the cross, so to speak. Don't try and bypass the work, the shadow work, whatever you want to call it. Don't opt for the semantic path of pretending that everything is okay. Don't opt for thinking going to a yoga class once or twice a week is going to fix your problems. Get in there. Work it through. Face the demons. And if it nearly kills you, rise. Rise above it. I'm speaking metaphorically here, but you get my point. Yeah. Don't fall for the shortcuts. Trust spirit. All right. Yep, I guess that's what you get when you record a podcast on Easter Monday. Think about it. Don't be triggered by the Christian religious thing. Think about it. It's a story. It doesn't matter whether it's true or not. It's a parallel. I'll tell you one thing. It holds truth. And it's not about religion. It's about spirituality. Let me know what you think. Yeah, you can send me an email, themysticfool@martinworth.com. Or if you're on YouTube listening to this, you can put a comment on there. Have a think though. Have a listen. You know what? Listen to this one again now that you've heard the full podcast. Listen again and see if there's more depth in it than you thought there was the first time you listened. Okay, lots of love. Be well. Be happy. See ya.